Hi everyone, welcome. You can see this totally new situation where I right now. And yes, people, I bought a new professional podcast studio for myself, and it's working. It looks perfect, and I'm using professional dynamic new microphone Shure MV6 with boom arm Rode PSA1, and it looks perfectly, it sounds perfectly, and now I can stream and record my podcast episodes during the day like normal guy. But I had a lot of things to do, and but I don't want to but I don't want to talk about it right now because I don't have much time because this is beep picture in picture mode episode. And okay, we can start with the slogan: learn English, be successful, change your life, open a lot of doors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented because learning English is for everyone. Okay, people. Hi, everyone. This is picture in picture mode episode, and this is the new episode of Viera's universe. I'm Peter. Hi, everyone. And without further ado, let's start to read chapter 9 of season 3 of my novel, Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. It's called Victory Day, 81st Anniversary, The Secret Vampire War in the SNP. Let's start. Okay. Chapter 9 of reason of season 3, Victory Day, 81st Anniversary, The Secret Vampire War in the SNP. Now, people, I'm going to read you my new oven chapter of my season 3 of my novel Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. But let's start with the opening section. And now I'm feeling like a real podcaster. Let's start. Opening section. I'm feeling like Luke from Luke's English podcast. Perfect. But I cannot talk a lot because this is not Peter Sunday Ramble episode. This is only picture in picture mode episode, and I don't want to scare you because you cannot escape right now. Please don't escape, please. But who cares at all? Peter, just stop talking. Just stop doing nonsense and start to read your novel right now. Okay, people. Chapter 8 of season 3 of my novel, We Are the Empirical Diary. It's Victory Day, 81st anniversary, The Secret Vampire War in the SNP opening section. I think that everything is okay, and we can start. Okay, opening section. Now, people, I'm going to read you the history that found Microsoft Copilot because today, as you know, is Victory Day. It's 81st anniversary of the Victory Day. Victory Day, 81st anniversary, and we can start. Nazi Germany and NSDAP, clear, serious, historically accurate. In 1943, Adolf Hitler and the NSDAP, National Socialist German Workers' Party, took control of Germany and built a totalitarian regime based on racial ideology. Their worldview divided humanity into superior and inferior groups. At the center of Nazi ideology was the concept of the Aryan race. According to Nazi propaganda, Germans and some Northern Europeans were considered the master race. Jewish people were declared Untermenschen, in English means subhumans, non-people. Roma people, Slavs, disabled people, LGBT people, and political opponents were labeled as inferior. This ideology was not science. It was not truth. It was a system of hatred turned into state policy. The Nazis used the power of the state to enforce this worldview. Jewish citizens lost their rights, property, and freedom. Anti Jewish laws removed them from public life. Deportation began, sending families to concentration and extermination camps. By 1942, the Nazis launched the final solution, a plan to murder all Jewish people in Europe. Millions were killed in camps such as Auschwitz-Birkenau, Treblinka, and Sobibor. This is the historical reality. Slovakia under Nazi influence, 1949 until 1944. In 1949, the Slovak state was created, but it was not independent. It was politically, militarily, and economically tied to Nazi Germany. During this period, anti-Jewish laws were introduced. Jewish families in Slovakia were deported. The Gestapo operated inside the country. Resistance was punished with imprisonment, torture, or execution. Many Slovaks disagreed with the regime, but open opposition was extremely dangerous. The Slovak National Uprising, SNP 1944. By 1944, the situation reached a breaking point. Slovak soldiers, partisans, and civilians organized a resistance movement against Nazi control. This became the Slovak National Uprising, beginning on 29 August 1944. Its goals were to fight Nazi occupation, to restore freedom, to stop further deportations, to protect the population. Partisans operated in forests and mountains. They sabotaged German trains, destroyed supply lines, and fought in harsh conditions. The SNP became one of the largest anti-Nazi uprisings in Europe. This is the real history. Now, people, I'm going to activate my not anti. It's called AI tracking, AI tracking monitoring device of my face, of my Role AI quadpod, and we can start. Now, people, the fantasy section, the Orzságh family during the SNP. This is people the description of my imagine fiction family, and we can start. Fantasy fiction story by Peter. While the human world fought for survival, another family lived quietly in the shadows of Slovakia, the ancient Orzságh family dynasty. They had survived centuries by staying hidden, following strict traditions, and avoiding human conflicts. Great-grandparents Vladimir and Zofia Orzságová, ancient, powerful, disciplined. They believed secrecy was the only way to protect the family. Grandparents Jan and Maria Orzságová, guardians of rituals and etiquette. They kept the family isolated from human affairs. Parents Róbert and Eva Orzságová, the last generation before Viera. They lived quietly among humans, never revealing their true nature. Their situation in 1944. The Orzságh family had always avoided human wars. But in 1944, the Gestapo began searching for abnormal, suspicious, or non-Aryan families. The Nazis did not understand vampires. They only saw something different, something that did not fit their ideology. When the Orzsághs learned that the Nazis planned to deport them to Auschwitz-Birkenau, they realized they could no longer hide. For the first time in centuries, the family made a choice. They would resist. They would join the partisans. They would protect their home. They would survive. Created by Microsoft Copilot. This kind of situation was created by Microsoft Copilot, and the history was found by Microsoft Copilot. And now, people, I'm going to read you really my story created by myself. Let's start. It was 1944. Aha, look at these boys. Who do we have lying here under a tree in the middle of a nice day? A vampire, Róbert Orzságh. You are under arrest. Where is your useless family? A large group of werewolves surrounded the vampire Róbert Orzságh, who was lying under a tree during the hot summer day near their family castle. Here, you dogs, you're servants of an evil regime. Boys, attack! Drive the werewolves off our land, shouted Lord Vladimir Orzságh, returning from the SNP headquarters in Banská Bystrica. The Gestapo will enjoy dealing with you. They promised us your vampire women as a reward. They say that they're as beautiful as the morning dawn. They'll serve us in the kitchen. We haven't had such pretty slaves in a long time, laughed the werewolves, who collaborated with the Gestapo. You're making a huge mistake. The Gestapo will come for you as well. Join the SNP. Fight with us for freedom. Lord Vladimir Orzságh tried to persuade them during the battle, but the werewolves quickly retreat, shouting, "Now we finally know where you're hiding. The Gestapo will deal with you, you dogs." The werewolves ran off to fetch the Gestapo for help. "You fool! Lying here in public like you're on vacation! It's time to get you married! But what vampire woman would take you on, you idiot?" Or Vladimir said, shaking his head once the werewolves were gone. "I just wanted to rest after a long night of fun with the girls," Robert defended himself. "You won't rest for long, son. The war has reached us. The Nazis want to send us to a concentration camp because we are different. Those fools will end up there too, but they'll realize that later. Come, we're going to the castle for a council," said Lord Vladimir. When they quickly moved to the castle in the form of bats, Lord Vladimir began his speech. My dear, my dear vampire family, as you surely know, we vampires are a thorn in the eye of the Nazis because we are not the Aryan race. They want to wipe us out completely. For centuries, we have stayed out of human business. But those golden times are over forever. A dark age has begun. But keep your heads up. The SNP has recently begun in Banska Bystrica. I visited the SNP headquarters in Banska Bystrica. I offered our help. At first, they looked at me as if they had seen a ghost, but they made us proper partisans. We will fight in the forests. We will destroy the enemy supply lines. We don't need training. We are vampires after all. Now, quickly, let's head into the forest before the Gestapo arrests us. Lord Vladimir finished, and the whole family silently and swiftly moved in the forest in the form of bats. Our first mission is about to begin. We are positioned near the railway line. In a moment, a freight train full of diesel fuel will pass through here. Fuel intended for the Eastern Front. Our task is to prepare the explosives and destroy the entire train. Any questions? Lord Vladimir gave his orders to his partisans and to his partisan until the vampires fully prepared for action. "When do we get the women?" asked the vampire Robert Orzságh. "The girls will come after the war, son. The girls will come after the war. And now we'll show the Nazi swine where it belongs. Forward!" So said Lord Vladimir Orzságh to his unit. But the vampires had no idea that the Nazis had a werewolf unit nearby. "Boys, look! Partisans! Attack before they escape! We're taking prisoners for sure. We might learn something useful. Attack!" shouted the commander of the werewolf unit, which quickly charged at the partisans. "Boys, werewolves, three times our number. Retreat!" The vampires shouted, but it was already too late. The werewolves managed to surround them quickly. "And now what, you filth? Now, you won't escape," the werewolves yelled. "We will fight to the end," the vampire shouted back. A massive battle erupted. The freight train was rapidly approaching when Robert suddenly realized that the train had to be stopped at any cost. The Nazis are not getting this train. He grabbed the explosives and prepared to throw them onto the train, but the werewolf leader stopped him just in time. At last we meet. Finally, I get rid of you. One less vampire in the world." A fierce fight broke out between them. During the struggle, Robert managed to activate the explosives he was holding together with the werewolf. He quickly threw them onto the train, causing a massive explosion. Boof! The shockwave killed the werewolf instantly. Robert, while trying to escape, was seriously injured and soon fell into a coma. What? What is this? Where am I? Am I in the heaven or something? Such a beautiful angel is taking care of me. The badly wounded vampire Robert woke up from his coma. The beautiful angel was actually a stunning unknown nurse with long black hair who immediately replied, "Thank you for such compliments, you hero." The pretty nurse in the field hospital of the partisans' camp blushed. "Fortunately, he's all right. Hooray!" Robert's whole family shouted with joy and added, "Son, I would never have said you were such a hero. You destroyed an entire freight train full of diesel fuel meant for the Nazis on the Eastern Front. Miss Nurse, this hero is still single." The whole family proudly advertised Robert. "Oh, come on, family. You really have to embarrass me in front of the nurse?" Robert snapped at them. "That's all right, handsome. I'm a vampire woman from Eastern Slovakia. I work as a nurse in the partisan camp. I'm still single. It's hard to find a decent vampire these days." The beautiful vampire nurse with long black hair blushed shyly and winked at Robert with her right eye to show she liked him. "By the way, my name is Eva Handsome. Remember me? After the war, you're mine. You escaped the werewolves, but you won't escape me, handsome." Vampire Eva laughed. Well, son, we've already found you a wife. Now, we just need to survive the war." Robert's whole family laughed. "Sweetheart, you're as beautiful as a night butterfly in the middle of a summer night." Vampire Robert tried to say something clever to the beautiful Vampire Eva, but she simply played her finger on his lips and said, "You'll never be a poet, but I like you anyway. But I like you anyway, you Stallion or Stellan, I don't know, people." Vera kissed, Vampire Eva kissed Robert romantically, and he gave her his family ring, saying, "As a sign of our love, wear my family ring. You will bind forever." Vampire Robert spoke to Vampire Eva, who blushed deeply and gave him a real French kiss, the kind Robert would remember for a very long time. Suddenly, a unit came to fetch him. "Come on, you ladies, darling. This one isn't going anywhere. You'll have plenty of time for her after the war. Now get back into action. Partisans, do you see that bridge? I hope you do. It's used very often for freight trains carrying important fuel for the Wehrmacht. We must blow it up. Take the explosives, turn into beds, set them up, and fly away quickly. Any questions?" Lord Vladimir gave his orders. What is my little bet, my Eva, doing right now?" Robert asked the commander. "What kind of question is that, you idiot? And the rest of you, stop laughing." Lord Vladimir snapped angrily. The vampires transformed into bats, took the explosives, activated them, and dropped them onto the bridge, which quickly became history. Destroying Nazi bridges, it's such fun," Robert laughed. "You see, the more you destroy for the Nazis, the sooner you can return to your little bed." Vladimir laughed. "Look, a fuel depot for the Nazis. Destroy it quickly. Drain the enemy's blood. At least we'll scare those dogs," said Lord Vladimir Orzságh when he discovered a large fuel depot hidden in the middle of the forest. The vampires quickly attacked the guards and drained all their blood. Finally, they successfully blew up the entire fuel depot intended for the Nazis. "Boys, look! Telephone and telegraph lines. Destroy them quickly," said Lord Vladimir. The vampires destroyed everything without any difficulty. Later, they found innocent civilians being chased by elite SS units. "Please help us! We're running from the SS units. They accused us for helping the partisans. They burned down our whole village, but we escaped with the women and children." The innocent villagers said. "Run quickly into the forest. We'll take care of that famine," said Lord Vladimir. The villagers ran into the woods. The vampires hid and waited for the Nazis. When the entire SS unit appeared, the vampires attacked the enemy's throats, and within a few seconds it was all over. "My beautiful little bat, I can't wait for this war to be over." Vampire Robert cuddled up to his beautiful Vampire Eva. "Let's win the war first," said Sam, "and you'd better not find another woman after the war. I will find you anywhere," Vampire Eva warned. her boyfriend Robert in the partisan camp when suddenly, out of nowhere, a massive army of werewolves appeared, accompanied by terrifying chants and drums. Robert immediately clung to his vampire girlfriend Eva out of fear. Get your hands off me, you fool! Go save us! Eva stepped at him and started running away. Alarm! A huge werewolf army has attacked us. Voices echoed everywhere, but the werewolves easily surrounded the entire camp. All the commanders of the great werewolf army entered the camp, demanding immediate surrender. The vampires saw there was nowhere to escape. Without a word, they all dropped their weapons, and the entire camp surrendered. The commanders ordered all three beautiful vampire women to be brought into their tent at once. Finally, some fun, the werewolves laughed. Girls, I have a plan, Lady Sophia sent telepathically to the other two vampire women. It better be good, the vampires replied. Don't panic, ladies. Our beauty will help us, literally, Lady Sophia said. Dear ladies, welcome to our private property. From now on, you will stand by the stove until the end of the time and take care of our bellies properly. The werewolf laughed. I am the spokeswoman for the three of us, gentlemen. Who is in charge here? We have a special show prepared only for the highest commander. Which handsome one is he? Lady Zofia smiled seductively. Suddenly, the commander stopped being friends, forgot all unity, and began fighting each other over who would spend the whole night with the three vampire women at once. The vampires used the chaos to their advantage, neutralized all the commanders, sounded the alarm through out the camp, and rescued all the partisans who escaped together with the vampires. By the time the commanders realized anything, it was too late, and they discovered that they themselves were now being hunted by the Nazis, who immediately attacked them with a full army. The werewolves understood too late that they had to join the vampires and fight together for freedom. But all the werewolves managed to escape. They joined the Slovak National Uprising, and together with the vampires, they became heroes of the SNP. After the war, Vampire Robert married his girlfriend, the Vampire Eva. They had two daughters, twins, Viera and Lucia. The end. And now the last sentence. This story is a work of fantasy fiction created in honor of the 81st Victory Day anniversary and the Slovak National Uprising. Okay, people, that's it for today. I can see that my new dynamic microphone, Shure MV6, with my new uh, Rode boom arm, works perfectly. I don't know if the sound is okay because this microphone is totally different, but who cares at all? And I'm only trying how I can speak into it and what's good for it, if I have to be so close or I don't. But okay, I think that it's right time to end this live stream. But it's totally different feeling to have this kind of microphone. I'm feeling like a real podcaster. But okay, without further ado, I want to end this live stream because this is not Peter's Sunday Ramble episode that I like to do for 1 hour without any kind of preparation. But on Sunday, I want to do my usual Peter Sunday 1 hour Ramble episode with my new stuff. And as you can see, it's working perfectly. But now that's the end, people. I want to tell you, thank you for your following, thank you for your watching, thank you for your listening, thank you for your streaming. If you like to stream, follow me everywhere. Read my novel Viera the Vampire Girl Diary, and I'm really feeling like in the real podcast studio. Now, people, I want to tell you bye bye.